After a huge combine, everybody is talking about Bhayshul Tuten out of Virginia Tech, but we actually have been talking about him for a few months already. We liked his film review. That's been up on the Rookie Big Board website for over 2 months. Me and John were excited to talk about him leading into Senior Bowl week. And now, after a huge 4.32 40 time at the combine, Tuten is the talk of the town. So we're going to get the deep dive on him.
Absolutely. I have been on 3 podcasts talking rookies in the last 3 weeks, Matt. And each show asked me who my deep sleeper was. And each time I said Bhayshul Tuten of Virginia Tech. And look, long and behold, he is the talk of the town right now. And preparing for today's show, I was thinking about Virginia Tech and some of the memories flashed through my mind. Michael Vick leading the Hokies to the 2000 National Championship game versus Florida State in the Sugar Bowl. And I know Giant fans are going to remember this. In 2012, they drafted David Wilson, the Virginia Tech running back. In 2011, Matt, he was stupendous with 1,700 rushing yards, but he completely bombed in the NFL. And then the third memory is the disappointing 2024 season by the Hokies. They finished 6-7. I put a little change down on them winning the ACC. I liked the odds. I thought they were a nice long shot. But when I was watching the Hokies, Tuten popped off, Matt. And I had liked him in my model, but I wasn't sure about his athleticism. Whenever a football player goes to the FCS level, one of the differences in the athlete is their athletic skill. So I wasn't sure. But the combine, Matt, he is a super athlete. There's no question about it now. In the 40, he ran a 4.32, first among running backs. He was first in the vertical jump. He was 4th in the broad jump. My only concern was the 20-yard shuttle at 4.41. But we're going to talk about why that is kind of in his skill set, why the shuttle wasn't as good as a straight line speed. His BMI is fantastic at 30.4. Who is this young man for our viewers? In high school, he finished his career with 3,768 yards rushing, 77 touchdowns. Matt, he averaged 8.8 yards per carry in high school. He also had 34 catches for 437 yards and 7 touchdowns. Pretty nice high school career. But as I said, he enrolled at North Carolina A&T, which is an FCS program. And he played 2 seasons for the Aggies, Matt. As a freshman, he mostly displayed special team skills, 18 kick returns for 330 yards, averaging 18.3 yards per return. He also returned 5 punts. But in 2022, his sophomore season, he exploded for 1,363 yards and 13 touchdowns. He had 10 straight games over 100 yards. And versus Campbell, he had a season-high 256 yards. Matt, I went back and I was watching highlights of the North Carolina A&T game, specifically those against Campbell. You know, I saw the same young man on tape that I saw at Virginia Tech. He ends up transferring to the Hokies before the 2023 season. 863 rushing yards, 27 catches for 239 yards, and 12 total touchdowns. He was named second team all-purpose back in the ACC. Matt, I liked him entering 2024 as a college fantasy football runner. He had 183 carries for 1,159 yards and 15 touchdowns. He exceeded my expectations. He was second team all-ACC. He had 600-yard rushing games. And he set a Virginia Tech record with 266 rushing yards against Boston College. He leaves college with 2 program single-game rushing record. This we saw on film, or at least I know I did. I'm sure you did. He is a home run hitter. He had 21 carries of at least 15 yards this year and 10 carries of 20-plus yards. Matt, I know you broke down the film. What do you think of the Hokies' star running back?
Yeah, I love that you said home run hitter. And we don't compare notes before we get on the show, but that was one of the things that I was going to point out as we set up the Tuten tape here. We're going to get into it in a second for those watching. What you're going to see is he's a big play threat, and he absolutely has that ability, but he's also very well rounded and consistent. So it's a really nice combination. So let's get into the Tuten tape here. And you're going to see right off the bat, he anticipates space well. I like his ability to read defenses, but more importantly, John, I like his decisive ability.
Woo!
He'll be patient,
Yep.
but he's able to turn upfield, and he will hit the hole once he sees the open space. And there's the long speed. His
Yeah.
acceleration shows up consistently on tape, and you can see here against this big play against Boston College, he's striding to the finish line. He makes it look easy. And on his tape, John, sometimes it is hard to see speed on tape in the context of defenses, right? But of course, that was confirmed for us in Indianapolis. He's comfortable working off tackle and between the tackles, so he has some versatility in that way. I like his smooth speed. He carries it through all three levels of the field, so it's not just downfield acceleration. And he can be a little slow off the line of scrimmage, but he's bursty once he gets into that second level of the field. And one thing I feel like he doesn't get enough talk about is he's got good contact balance. He's able to continue upfield after that first contact. He lowers his shoulder. He finishes through the end of plays. And he's got reliable hands. So he's effective in the passing game. He's effective in the goal line, as we just saw. It really kind of emphasizes that well-rounded skill set. And again, look at this big play home run threat ability. You know, John, there's something to be said for guys who just make it look easy. And then the way Tuten runs, it looks easy. I mean, this play right here against Boston College, that probably should have been a blown up play, a loss of 3. He gets 8 yards out of it. He's comfortable on the goal line. They turn to him often here. They use him in a lot of different ways. He'll take the jet sweep here for a touchdown. He'll get handoffs. You know, he'll take some direct snaps. Virginia Tech was creative in the way that they deployed him. And look at this play here. He makes a whole lot of something out of absolutely nothing. That, John, is good decisiveness. It's good vision. It's good anticipation. And Bhayshul Tuten has all of that. So although he went to Indianapolis and put up a blazing 40 time, he is more than just his speed. He's a very well-rounded back. John, it reminds me of how well-rounded the resources are available for our viewers and listeners over at patreon.com/rookiebigboard. Folks, within 24 hours of the combine finished, we had updated testing measurements, reactions, updated scores, and profile grades for every single prospect on the Rookie Big Board, which is over 140 rookies now on the Rookie Big Board. 81 of those have rookie profile articles. Again, all updated post-combine. Coming out this week is my 2025 seasonal projections, which will be available for all patrons. Coming out next month is volume 1 of the rookie guide. There's the Rookie Big Board Discord. Draft consultation calls are starting up soon. All of that for just $5 a month. You cannot get better advice for better value than heading on over to patreon.com/rookiebigboard. Folks, it's March. If you want to get ahead of your league mates, you have to head over now. It is the time to join us over at patreon.com/rookiebigboard. That's the tape, John. It's looking good. It's looking exciting. And I know you got into his big play explosiveness a little bit in the intro, but I know you got more to talk about in terms of his statistical profile.
Absolutely. And when I put him in my model in December, I liked him because my model liked him. And then I went to PFF, and they didn't love him as a runner. They graded him pretty like a C+ in that type of category. And I had to go back and look. Why did they not like him? I believe, Matt, it's because he doesn't have a lot of lateral jump cut ability. He's a straight line runner with really good vision, and he makes that one cut, right? And I think they're looking for more elusiveness in their grading. And that's why his 20-yard shuttle wasn't as good as his explosion or his straight line speed. But my model says you give this man some room, Matt, and he's going to hit a home run for you. Yards per attempt, 5.7. Absolutely love that. Scrimmage yards, 1,240 this year. for a 6-7 team where he was the number one player you needed to stop. He was 27% of the Hokies offense, 50 receptions in 2 years. And Matt, he had 34 runs of 10 plus yards. And we saw some of that tape. There's that explosion and that Boston College highlight on that long touchdown. It looked like he was just sitting there calmly getting in the end zone. What a great player. I think he's going to go on day 2 now. The athleticism is too good. Matt, he's rising up boards. What should our viewers know about this Virginia Tech star?
Yeah, let's put it all together, John. That's what we do here at the Rookie Big Board to give you actionable advice to win your rookie drafts. And I will start with draft capital. I know you're thinking late day 2. I still think he's going early day 3 just because it's such a strong running back class. But it's important. We talk about this every year. Do not write off running backs just because they go day 3, right? So I have Tuten early 4th round. It's still going to be solid draft capital to work off of. And I think if he goes in that range, he'll probably be a late 3rd round rookie draft pick in Superflex leagues. So I expect him to go in the 309 to 312 range. We've been talking about it. We like his tape profile. We like his athletic testing. He's still not going to come out and be a workhorse running back. I think he's going to start in the league as a rotational running back, a guy you can put in a projection sheet, 25 to 30% of the touches. But that's a good spot to be as a rookie running back. And we talk about it all the time. Find the player whose skill set you really like. And if the guy in front of him either goes down with injury or doesn't work out, if they get the lead back chances, you believe in their skill set to take over. That was Tyrone Tracy last year, right? That was the guy we talked about. And look what happened when he got his shot. So I could see Tuten have a very similar fantasy projection. I'm going to have good exposure to him. I want up to 25% of exposure to Tuten in my rookie drafts. So that's what I'm adding on my rosters. And for a fantasy value comp, think of a guy like Jaylen Warren, right? Like a high-end guy. If the guy in front of him goes down, then he's going to have a real good shot and to have some potential running back 1 weeks. We've seen really big weeks from Jaylen Warren. Otherwise, rotational, will kind of be in that running back 3 type territory. That seems like the right place for Tuten to start off his fantasy football impact. But there's certainly a lot of growing to do, a lot of long-term impact for Tuten in the NFL, John, just like the resources available over at patreon.com/rookiebigboard have a long-term impact on folks building those dynasty fantasy football championship rosters. There's no better time, folks. If you're watching all of these rookie profile videos, you have to head on over, support us, just $5 a month to get ahead of your league mates over at patreon.com/rookiebigboard. The link to join will be in the episode description, and class is going to be in session all rookie draft season long with the FF Educator and the Gridiron Scholar. We're going to be back real soon with another rookie profile.